We have had so much, and I would like to thank all the parents and our staff for being here to listen to ourselves, make meaningful observations, suggestions on how we can improve from where we are. Before I go, I would like to condole one of our staff due to the death of his immediate brother that was shot by bandits. Costs or fees with those ones that we see as our competitors. We're not charging much. In primary school, we charge 150. Let's say it's charging 137 or 138. So the difference is not much. We're not charging or charging parents based on the services we are providing. We're looking into the economic, we factor all the economy of the state, and we also know that the states, the majority are working class, so we also know what they take home with it. So we're not trying to overcharge, but we're trying to provide a service that will be appreciated by both the parents, and also will not put so much pressure on the parents for them to be able to pay. In the new session, we are going to introduce another uniform, and yes, we are introducing uniform. And the parents have already complained that the uniform is not befitting. Yes, uniform for Kalem. It was done haphazardly when we intend to start the secondary school session. So we didn't have the time to do it, but now we have already gotten all what we need. We have gathered the information. We are taking into consideration our religion, our society, our tradition, so that it will not be in conflict with the lesson. So we have created, we have established a new uniform. So by next session, so we'll complete the first, second, and third term, but the pre-second 2024. We are introducing a new uniform. The uniforms are already here. We have already brought them here. And also the sportswear. The sportswear we are using now is not a sportswear, it's a housewear. So we are introducing two, one sportswear and one housewear. The housewear will now be used either on Fridays, then the sportswear will be used on Wednesdays. So you have to bear with us. It will add some pressure on you, but I think also, there were a lot of complaints when we intend to start a new session. Some parents have written so much about the cost, whether the children can use all the uniforms, and they are making a lot of complaints on the social media through our social media platforms. Please, school policies shall not be discussed, are not subject to negotiation. If you have any concern, come to school. Don't try to influence others' decisions. That's what I have saw. I saw the previous time. Some people, because they have already made up their mind, they want to remove their children. They were making so much unnecessary complaints that will maybe not in any way to appeal to school. So that's why we did not respond to you. We feel there's no need to respond. And anyone you are complaining for not responding because we undermine you, we respond at least if you have anything, just come to schools. When we say the school, at the beginning of every session, we have to issue new uniforms. It's a school policy. The reason is, at the end of one session, some students' uniform will get taught. Some of them, because they grow faster, will be undersized, which we have been seeing. And there's a need for us to have a uniform looks. They should look smart. At the same time, they should also not feel inferior before their colleagues. Those whom we have awarded with neatness awards, there are those parents who have bought like 4 sets of uniforms, because which means the student use 1 set of uniforms per day. But 2 sets of uniforms the students are using will not be able to take the wash every day. It will be torn and it will wear. It will fade, definitely. And some of the students, you see them coming with a tall dress. It's not befitting to have that look as a student. That's why we made it as a policy that at the beginning of every session, new uniforms will be issued, and it should be paid. Please bear with us with that policy. It's not going to be subject to negotiation by the parents. Regarding the schools areas, then I would also like to announce to you that we have already equipped our science laboratories. We have the physics, chemistry, biology laboratory. It is being equipped. So from here, I can go directly to answer some of the questions. There are some questions the teachers will answer. If you realize, I have asked all our staff to be around, so that questions that has to do with them, they should answer them directly. Ibrahim Lawandere, the PTA chairman, asked of what is the meaning of STEM. The STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So it's kind of a skill acquisition program based on science, how to teach children on the principles of motors, the ICs, how wiring machines are being used. So they make some helicopters, they make some fridges. So the principles, so we get the parts and showcase to them. Because in the class they will not get those. It's a part of extracurricular activities. And you ask the source of funds. The source of funds is from what you pay as a parent. You pay 1,000 in each your tuition fee, your school fees. There's a place for PTA fee for first, second, and third term. That money we receive from you, we refund them to the PTA accounts. The PTA has an account that's being run by the PTA, so that money we get is not being used by the school. So we take the money, we collect on behalf of the PTA, and refund that money to the PTA account, and that's the source of the money that the PTA is being using. And you also saw Turkish flags. Whatever you see, there must be a reason. The name Kalem is pen. Ikrosh is more of the color. You know, man is being taught by Kalem. So Kalem or Al-Kalam or Al-Kalemi is a symbol of knowledge. And the Kalem is the name of the school. It's Al-Kalam. The Kalem is Turkish name. Because when I wanted to register the school, I think it took me more than 2 months to try to get a name. Whatever name I gave to the CSC, they will reject. So I sat down, I had to mix names, Turkish names, and also an English name. And when I imputed Kalem, the CSC, the corporate affairs, accepted immediately. That is the source of the name. It has nothing to do with this. But I saw it is meaningful because I wanted any academic or Kalem schools, but they registered us as Kalem International School. And so the Kalem is a Turkish name for pen. Kalem is a Turkish name for pen. I so much love Turkey. I stayed in Turkey for 22 years. I still live in Turkey, and I know what benefits you can get from Turkey that Nigeria can benefit. And the Turkish flag, we are now in negotiation with 3 universities in Turkey to partner. And most of the standard I'm making now, it is based on the operational design for those universities that we manage. That's what we are trying to bring. That's why if you look at the quality, it does not befit the institution to be a secondary school. But we have a plan to partner, and they are giving also their outlines and guidelines, and I'm trying to meet up with those guidelines. That's why you see the Turkish flag there. Then you also ask of the PowerPoint presentation that is discussed with the principal. I think all the vice principal, I mean, you can get that one. Then Dr. Mustafa M. Abdullahi said late issuance of textbooks and the uniforms. I don't think that is true. the parents here can attest to us, before we closed for the session, we took measurement of each of our children. That's before we even close schools for the next session. And the school uniform will be sewn before even the return. So for those who have not been able to receive their uniforms on time or textbooks, are those who have not paid their school fees. That's just the answer. Anybody who have not paid the school fees, definitely because we bought those books, we're not producing the books. So we buy the books on your behalf. So when you pay us, we give you. And we're not charging extra. So that's why we're not releasing the books. We're not also releasing the uniforms. But the uniform are already sewn and waiting for you to pay. The day you pay, you get the uniform the same day. So the reason why you are not being able to get it is because probably you have not paid. And I believe I also got the information is because of the late payment. Then you also brought the issue of quiz, essay writing competition, and why Kalem is not participating in the local competitions or other competitions by other schools. I will here request and urge parents not to be in haste. We are not in any way in competition with any other school. We are not competing with any other school. Some schools can fare better than us, but we know what we should do. We should continue to pursue what we feel is the best for the school. And if you look, most of the competitions that are either being organized, either by private individuals or some organizations, just to showcase students, most of them is pseudo, is artificial, because they prepare those students, the essay writing, teachers write the essay writing, for the students to present as this. We are not going to do that. And that is the reason why we have included effective communication as part of core curricula for our students here in Kalem, to get them prepared, to get the knowledge, how to speak impromptu, how to write an essay writing, how to write a composition. That is what they are being given, that information from a foreign firm from Singapore and India. Are taking what we have to prepare the ground, and that's what we are preparing for the ground for them. So I'm not in a hurry, the Kalem is not in a hurry to engage into competitions. We have participated in competition when we opened the school in September. I think by December of that year, we participated in a competition where we became second. In the same year in 2019. But the problem is the students are not ours. We are not the one who raised the students. Most of the students that come to our schools are being raised by other schools because they are on transfer. So we cannot claim credits. For us, we have to prepare for the ground. For them, we equip them with information on how to compete. So they will have the confidence, they know that it's their making, they know that they have the knowledge. So bringing a child today and sending him to competition doesn't make sense to me. One, they should get the knowledge. There was a letter that was sent to us previously, and one of the English masters also got angry with me, Mr. Ibrahim. He said there was a competition, I think Zamfara State. Yes. Essay competition. Essay competition. He wrote 5 pages of essay competition that this is what he intended to do, to give the student to copy. I said, that's not their own making. Why should I claim a credit for what I have not done? I want the student to write. I told him to tell the students, all of them should go and write an essay, give them a topic, let them write. Then from there he can scrutinize and select the best. Then from there he can mentor. But why should he go and waste his time and write an essay? For us to present, it's not me. I can't lie to myself. So I prefer not to go to that way, sir. So I believe the parents should be able to bear with us. Certain competitions are good, but let the students be prepared first. Let us do our work first. We have a homework which we have not completed. When we complete, they can go anywhere. we can support them anyway. Then Dr. Abubakar Musa, he made suggestions on recruiting students with academic challenges. Yes, we do have a program. We used to look at students with some issues, especially academically, and try to prepare, arrange for extramural classes. And if you can remember last week, I think we have sent a test for tablet classes, primary 5 to 6. So now the student in SS level, they have a lot of programs. The previous session where we decided to scale down all programs is because we have terms, we have the number of days or weeks or months in a term was shortened because of the closure of school, because of insecurity during the Motorless regime. So ideally a term should be minimum of 13 to 14 weeks. And we had a term for 9 weeks, which means we are only going to teach students for 6 weeks, because 3 weeks will be for exams and marking and compilation. What would a student learn in only 6 weeks? Let alone we introduce another program. So it's not going to be fair. So we feel now the terms will be stabilized because we are now catching up with other states. So from now onward, you should expect to see changes with regards to extracurricular activities that we are going to engage the students. That's only the reason why we are not being able to. Then you also say we want to create a wallet to deposit fees. Yes, I think we have a wallet. We have a wallet. We have been accepting installment payments from parents. Some of you will also be of course. Then Dr. Saad also, he said, he talked about the competition. Yes, it's good, but this is the reason I have already stated. That's why we have not been engaging. Then he talked about the training and training of staff. Yes, it's good. It's because of this. I have registered Kalem with COBIS, Council of British International Schools. I have registered with school with Teachmate. I have registered Kalem with British Council for teacher training. We are also in partnership with the National Education Research and Development Council. So the British, we will have to take us to take some of our staff to Kano or to Sokoto for training with the Council of British International Schools for teacher training. So I think once I have seen an improvement in the security on the road, I think we'll continue, we'll keep our staff for training and training. But by the way, we are also every week we used to have inside training, in-house training, every week, which I just make presentation. Dr. Nasser will make, our staff will make, just to equip ourselves with new knowledge how to deliver a transformative learning experience to our students. Then Muntala also talk of closing time 2:30. It's too much. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. The timing is a challenge to us, and but it's a must as far as the school calendar is concerned. With 14 weeks in a term, even when we cross 150, when we used to cross, I now realize that at the end of the session we cannot be able to cover 70% of our syllabuses. We can't. And it's going to be challenging. There was never a time that our staff were able to complete their syllabus. The weeks were short. That is the reason why during our days when we were in school, sir, we used to have preps. We go for preps, evening and night preps. Sometimes that time, that's when we used to have notes. Some teachers would give us notes to write for our students, for them to be able to cover these levels. Now we don't have that benefits. What we are able to give to the students is only what they can get. And I feel my conscience is not free. Like, I'm teaching you. We are also teaching the students. If we cannot be able to cover the syllabus, because questions that will come, because the overall aim is for them to sit for the while and pass. With the half knowledge we are giving to them, questions may come out from that. How are we going to do that? That's why we increase the time to 2:30. Thinking most of the Islamic school start from 4 to 6, but not mean some start at 3 o'clock. Yeah? 3 o'clock. It's a challenge. We added a period, one more period, to be able to see what we can be able to do. But the syllabuses can never be able to be made up at the end of the term. If we are to teach, not to lecture, we are teaching students, so they must understand, they must comprehend the topics before we move to the next one. We have instructed our staff not to rush. Let them teach and evaluate every subject, every topic they have treated. There is no point of teaching and just leaving when the student is not understand anything. We have to devise a means together with you. I believe we can sit down with the new PTS course. We can sit down and see how we can be able to. But for now, it starts at 2:30. But the PTA, after the meeting or any other time, you can come also that we can continue to discuss and find a way out. Unless if you are doing one extra moral classes. We can arrange for classes. But which day? Apart from Thursdays and Fridays, I don't see any day. Saturdays in the morning, our students go to Islamia. In the evening, they go to Islamia. Which other day? It's a challenge to the school. It's a challenge to everybody. Mariam Uman Sanda, primary 1. Teachers not looking at the books. Primary 1. Who's the primary 1 teacher? You should answer. It's not me. No? It's not here? Who is the primary 1? Ismail. Okay. So, somebody should answer that one. Is there any response to that? I cannot respond to that. Any? Yes?
I think to that effect, man, you need to be patient.
Yes.
If you speak vernacular, they will write your name. They went back and told their parents. So the parents were even calling me that, why should we charge money for those who speak vernacular? I said, you brought them here, we should train them. So we need to use that language that we teach. Because initially in academic environment, primary 1 to 3, we're supposed to teach them with our mother tongue. But no school is using that method now. Then why should we go for it? But when the school closes, the children are playing there within themselves. They can speak any language. Situation. And we said no, that our children are speaking vernacular. I will not agree. In support of that woman who said her child's notebook has not been marked, I will disagree, because some of the children, when they finish the writing, they don't submit. In JS1, on Thursday when I was marking their assignment I gave them, I saw one student, throughout first time, he didn't submit his book to me to mark. All the assignment I gave, the note I used to give, I marked what they wrote. I have to come and ask, who is Tahir Muhammad? He stood up. I said, where were you? What is your note? I didn't mark anything. The class were surprised. So the children have different behavior on the way they act. If they realize what they wrote is not correct, they may not present, because their books are under their locker. When they finish, they'll put it there. Before the teachers realize that one, it will take time. So you bear with us, but when you see a challenge, please come to school and talk to us. We are ready to amend. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And the next suggestion, support and cooperation in what we are doing. We do believe on the wonderful support you have been giving, and we continue to value such support. We will not take the support for granted. We will do what is needful. We know our responsibilities. We will try to keep to those promises and the trust you gave us. We'll do all what we can within our reach to make sure that our children find the school a good, it's an part of our mission. Now we have changed. We say we want to create an environment where education is going to be fun for students. Well, individual peculiarity will be understood. And we'll try to see to the best we can to impart knowledge based on the principles of global best practices for teaching and learning. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Fitted with 2 cameras. One, you'll see one camera from the beginning and the other one at the back there. We have a control room to make sure that we measure whatever we see, whatever is being done in each of the class. The issues where we were expecting such kind of issues is at the higher school, higher level. But do you know what? We have recorded a case in nursery. And none of our nursery classes, from primary 1 to 3, nursery 1 to 2, we don't have any camera because we taught their kids. So, but from primary 4, 5, 6, higher primary, we have classes fitted with cameras. But while we observed or we witnessed cases, we are in the lower primary, nursery 2 for that case. So we are not taking the security of the children. We will never allow either staff to define or children between themselves, student-student issues or teacher-student relationship. We have put everybody on our watch, including our securities. So we have fitted this school with 183 cameras. Apart from the restrooms, everywhere is being watched 24 hours. Apart from the restrooms, that's the only place where we do not have cameras. In the primary school, there was an oversight because when we started, we taught our team, we taught things narrowly. We thought things might not happen. So parents, please, whenever you have observed anything, come to school. Let us come with an open mind. We accept criticism, but the criticism should be constructive. Yeah?
The toilets.
No. I said with the exception of restrooms. With the exception of restrooms, everywhere is critical. And they are being monitored. So that is to forestall issues or cases of those kinds. Naturally, the PTA chairman, you know, in secondary schools in advanced countries, the doors are, half of them is glass, so that you can be able to see what is happening. But we thought of doing that, but our children are a little bit too playful, what can I say? So, banging on the doors to observe, it can cause a lot of injuries. So we go for higher doors that will stand the test of time, but at the same time, it will serve some purpose. That's why we're fitting the cameras. So we wanted to employ those kind of mechanisms that are obtainable in other places. But we have to look at the nature of the environment, our children, the way they are, the psychology, their behaviors is also shaping our thinking. So that's why we are using all of those for this one. Otherwise, it's too expensive for us to use that. It really does for a class. We shouldn't have done that. It would have been cheaper for us. But we think of durability, something that can stand the test of time. At the same time, also because we don't have such issues now, we have to fit each classes with cameras. So we will do as Kalem whatever it takes to make sure that your children are protected, either from the misbehavior of our staff or from the children. Thank you very much.
Bahsan TV
tasha nagartacciya, ingantacciya, tantantacciya. Ku ci gaba da bibiya a kafafenmu na yada zumunta Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Manufarmu yada ingantaccen labari, ilimantarwa, nishadantarwa, faɗakarwa, wa'azantarwa da dai sauran shirye-shirye. Tabbataccen labari shine jigonmu. Bahasan TV, Bahasan TV, Bahasan TV, tasha mai nagarta. Bahasan TV.